Y'all ain't finished. Y'all ain't finished. Make you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome to this edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com, your number one source for Chiefs news. I am your host, Nick Athan. Also alongside me, Mr. Hense Todd with Bowtie Sports, my partner in crime in this process, in this project that is now almost 18 months old. It's hard to believe. We've been doing this that long, but we're having a blast, and we'll love to bring you this show 3 days a week, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 1:30 Central Time. We talk Chiefs and whatever else fills our minds at the time we're doing the show. Hey, before we get started, let's bring in our sponsors. They're the ones who help the wheels turn around here, and we appreciate them very much, and we hope that you give them an opportunity. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for someone who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, there's nobody I trust more. Give Eric a call at 816-729-3785, and he'll take care of you from day one until the time that he hands the keys over and you're in closing. Nobody better, friends. So please give him an opportunity. Call him at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
Ooh, Friday edition of Fact or Cap coming up. First up, we talk about my amazing, incredible wife, Emily Athan. Open enrollment has begun. It started November 1st. It will last until December 15th. This is the best opportunity and the best window you have to find a better healthcare option for you, your family, your small business. So whether you're looking for an ACA plan or a private option, in which she has one available through United Healthcare, give her a call, let her evaluate your plan, and see what's the best fit. 913-215-9086 is her direct number. Give her a call today for your free quote.
Emily. He loves
I certainly do. No question about it. And we got a new sponsor in Resell Electronics. Roll the video.
Buy a cell phone at Resell Electronics and save up to 25%. Our phones are pre-owned and in great condition. We carry top brands like iPhones and Samsung. Sell us your old phone and we'll offer you cash on the spot. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. Resell Electronics, our new sponsor. They buy and sell all your consumer electronic needs, whether it's a cell phone, you're looking for a new computer, TV, games, whatever it might be. They're your one-stop shop. Hey, the holiday season is coming up, so make sure you check them out. You can get them a couple of ways. You can call them on the phone, 816-886-7285, or you can check out their website at resellelectronics.com. That's resell with a C, electronics.com.
Resell. And also, you can get some, some of the stuff they gave me here. I don't know if you guys saw it. Bright, a little bright. Get some iPhones up there. Go get your product, guys. Get them.
There you go. He said iPhone this week. You're making
nice
it. You're making
packaging. Yes, that's what the kids call it. Hey, what's going on? Oh,
all right. Let's bring in our other cohorts, Mr. Lou Montagna, the over 60 member with me, and then the under 60 member, the other member, Andre Tillman. Coach,
right. What's
up, my friend?
What's going on?
Just enjoying it. Great football game last night. The Bengals and the Ravens, and oh my goodness, go for two, not to go for two. I personally would have just kicked the extra point. I think Lamar Jackson would have folded. I think he would have blown the game. And
hey, now when your defense sucks, now when
you got, man, you know what? I know both defenses suck. Let's just be honest.
Let's be real. They both defenses played like straight garbage.
The fourth quarter was just like back and forth. How quickly you were going to score.
Yeah.
How was it going to be just over the top? Big shots over the top. just dink and dunk down the field, but it was just kind of like who had the ball last. So I applaud Zach Taylor for making that decision to go for 2, figuring that if they could just hold them for 30 seconds after the 2-point conversion, it was going to be a lot easier than having to defend the entire field in overtime. The only thing, and we talked about this before we started with Coach, was just in that moment, the way that play shook out, you would have liked to have seen the ball go towards Jamar Chase, who was unstoppable the entire night, rather than throw it to your 3rd or 4th tight end. All due respect to the kid, he did what he could to catch the ball. They were all over him. Gesicki got tackled before,
not to mention the hit on the
first look. Then after the pass, Burrow gets hit in the head. And, again, all that aside, forget about the officiating. To me, you got to, even if he's double teamed, get the ball,
get him the ball
near your best player's hands. He was making plays every single time they threw him the ball.
Hey guys, can we admit that the referees been playing hard, been calling some bad games in clutch moments, man? They don't call calls that should be called. I
wouldn't paint such a broad brush. There have been some that have just been obvious. And the one, Darnold against the Rams in the end zone with the face mask. There was a couple on Burrow throughout the game.
I mean, he got slapped inside the helmet, man.
I think it was Florio this morning that was talking about it. How Burrow just kind of, and in my mind, this was just my own personal take on it, is that Burrow almost fancies himself this tough guy, and he doesn't want to complain to the referee. Where Florio's case was, hey, if you ever watched Brady play, he would lose it on these officials. Not necessarily that they're going to change that call, but perhaps they'll start looking at you a little closer, and later on in the game, you get the call.
Right? Should you do
Mahomes does it?
You act the fool. Should you act the fool if you're a player? Should you
not necessarily lose your mind, do all sorts of this, but I would get in the referee's face, and at very least the coach should be doing it, because
that's true.
It's just there's all eyeballs are on the quarterback, and if anything happens, and they've gone to such a length to protect these guys, and any forcible contact of the head and neck area is an automatic flag. I don't care.
Especially when he pulls his helmet down.
I don't care what play it is. I don't care if it's a 2-point conversion, if it's in the first quarter, fourth quarter. If that's a penalty, you have to call it. So I get the defensive hold, and maybe you let those guys go a little bit. They're jostling. You let them play a little. I get that. But if it's a health and safety thing that they've been touting for the last 10 years, you got to make that call and let replay assist jump in.
Well, that's the thing.
Hey, that's what Paul was referring to, man. Paul was like, some of the plays need to be reviewed. And I agree. Like face mask calls should be reviewed, man. You know what I'm saying? So
not necessarily reviewed, coach. They just need to be viewed. Okay. So if replay assist sees it, they can. I mean, why can't they just call down the official and say, "Hey, we got a face mask on this. Did you guys see that?"
Especially
if they
call explain to me.
Throw the damn flag, especially on a play like that. Now the devil's advocate's going to say, well, now you're going to open up Pandora's box, and there was a holding call or whatever. Okay, I get that. It's not going to be just, hey, find any penalty you can and replay assist does it. But if it's something obvious like a pass interference or hitting the quarterback in the head, you should be able to do this. So I'm sure this is definitely going to be brought up in the competition committee in the off season.
It has to be.
You got to do it because it's such a bad look.
It has to be.
So what's the point?
I watched the game yesterday, and I was like, I was sitting there with my son. I was like, thank God that we have Chris Jones, because I was watching them defenses yesterday. I said, if Chris Jones was in this situation, the closer, he would close out most of these games.
No, you just said an important part. You said Chris Jones, and both sides do not have a guy like that, because you can't rush just 3 people by having Chris Jones. It's a whole different ball game. But as you can see, both sides don't have a Chris Jones. So
And
that's why it's like
I told him, I said, thank God for Beach. Beach built that defense on young talent, and everybody else is paying all these wide receivers just outrageous money. Now you can't fix your defenses. Now you can't do nothing like that. Thank God for Spags. Thank God that we are the Kansas City Chiefs. I said, man, these other defenses out here is just looking just terrible.
Do you think the passing and friends play should be looked at though, like reviewed?
Well, they tried that. They tried that before, and I think it's just too hinky. That's why I said stick with the health and safety things. If it's a low block, if somebody's coming in at somebody's knees and they miss it, or they hit the quarterback in the head and the face and all that other stuff. Right. In terms of those two teams, I think they do have that guy. You saw it a little bit. Madubuike for the Ravens. I think he had like 3 sacks in the game. Hendrickson for Cincinnati leads the league in sacks, but they couldn't get their hands on Lamar. It seemed like a couple times they had good rushes. They just couldn't get to him. They let him out of the pocket. And
did you see that one play they went to the sideline? It's like they gave up. Remember the play against Wallace too? Yeah. They just gave up. They thought he was out of bounds. They just gave up on the play. I was like,
yeah, that's an excuse. That's inexcusable. So from that perspective, neither of these teams' defenses is going to really give you any confidence in like a long playoff.
That's why I said if Kansas City play Baltimore, she's going to beat Baltimore because of this was like every game in the 2018 season for the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, the thing is for me, it's like I don't understand this replay assist. They cite that during games. If they're going to replay assist and they've got eyes on the game, I mean, listen, this all boils down to 2 things for me. This whole referee conversation is the NFL has enough money to do whatever they need to improve that these games are officiated better, including having maybe an extra official on the field. Maybe there's just one official that his only job is to look at the quarterback. And just to be in a position to where he can see what the quarterback, see if there's that. But they still need younger guys out there. They still need athletes out there that can run up and down the field, can maybe have a better grasp of some of the intricacies of games. I don't know why former players, to be honest with you, as much money as these people get, I don't know why there's not a pool of potential former NFL players that maybe they put into a program that they can help them be, referees and judges. And I know you got to work your high school ranks and you got to work your college ranks and you got to work, finally get to the NFL. And it's a long, long process, but my goodness, too many games are being affected.
Yeah,
and
you gotta have a specific, a different mindset to be an official.
I'm just throwing it out there. That's all.
Oh, I understand. Sure. I mean, that would make all the sense in the world. I just think with replay assist, they just have to adjust how far they want to let that go, because as it stands right now, they don't have the ability to put a flag on the field, but they have the ability to pick one up.
Right.
So
absolutely,
that's where maybe, especially in terms of health and safety, they would consider it, and all the other things that probably they aren't going to expand the role there. I think it would just be in the matter of a health and safety issue, like roughing the quarterback.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yep. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the Bengals have virtually no chance to get to the postseason. The Ravens, with a loss, probably would have made it tough for them to even remotely think about the number 1 seed, but they're still 3 games behind the Chiefs at this point. So I think the Chiefs are still in good shape. But hey, it was a titanic a game. The Ravens beat the Bengals twice this year. They're done, with a head-to-head series. So
great for Amazon. Great for Thursday night football.
Yeah, you got your bang for your buck, gentlemen. You got your
Thursday night games this year have been, for the most part, pretty darn good.
They have, really have.
Yeah, especially if they keep the intra-divisional, rivalries. Right. If they stick with, just schedule those games. I think next week, is it like Philly and Washington or something? I mean, it should be a good one next week.
That's gonna be a good one.
So with that said, hey, I'm looking. I'm just looking. I sat back and watched the game. I was like, man, I thank God. I was just thank God for Beach, man, that he built that great defense, because I remember those days and we didn't have no defense.
It looked a lot like that.
It looked a lot like that.
A lot like that.
Jesus Christ. Jamar Chase for, 268 yards, 3 touchdowns?
Who was the first team he did that on? Who was the first team he did that on?
That was as close as to a Tyreek type performance. I mean, now Chase is a different type of play, but still, he caught that pass in the first half, running across the field, and it just reminded me so much of Tyreek against Buffalo in that playoff game, where it was just like you saw a bunch of people with the angle, and in your mind you're thinking they don't have a chance. He's blowing right by everybody.
He just dominated, man.
Yeah,
it's contract years is undefeated.
That's right. Well, we'll see what Cincinnati does there.
We'll see.
Always an adventure with the Brown family.
Yeah, the Ravens have a very difficult schedule ahead, so it's not like it's going to be a cakewalk for them.
Yeah. So on top of it, they slowed down Derrick Henry too, though. They slowed down Derrick Henry. It's
not a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, you guys just got to put some bias on them. Chiefs do it all the damn time, though. So
he's got over 1,000 yards. He's scored in every game, Nick.
I'm telling you.
I think it might be difficult.
That's why you need beef up front. That's why the Chiefs got a lot of beef. You know what I'm saying?
It's not difficult for the Chiefs, and that's all I care about.
All right.
So with that said, let's get into fact or
here we go, gang. It's that time on a Friday. Strike up the band, Hensley. Here we go. Fact or cap. And of course, you see that familiar, very handsome face, Eric Haynes, brought to you by. Okay, so it is about midseason with 17 games. I don't know where the midseason is, but I thought this would be the perfect time for the midseason awards version of Fact or Cap. We did talk a little bit about it on Monday, but everybody's MVP, whatever. I wasn't going to include last night's game, but I think after last night's game, I don't know. There's much an argument right now that the MVP of the league is Lamar Jackson. Fact or cap?
I would say cap because I said it's Jalen Daniels. I think it's Jalen Daniels to lose. So I feel like he's gonna get I think he's gonna get that trophy. So I'll say cap.
All right. Yes, the rookie. All right, Nick. We know where you're going.
Fact. He's the best player in the game right now.
There we go. All right.
I said today. I didn't say all season. He's mid-season award.
Where's that Price is Right sound effect?
He is the mid-season. I would say, setting aside the loss to the Chiefs and the loss to when he's on, he's special and he's fun to watch. Now, I'm not saying he's going to be a Super Bowl champion. Yeah, whatever. But if you ask me today who the MVP of the league is on November 8th, it is Lamar Jackson. Now, will it be that way at the end of the season? I don't think so, but I'll take it for now.
We'll see. We'll do a recap for sure.
Yep.
Recap. All right, Coach.
I dig it. Paul said Lamar or Josh Allen. Now, Josh Allen, man, he's been playing some ball, man. He's been playing some ball. So it's kind of tough for me. It's kind of tough.
No room for waffling here.
Let's
Coach.
go. Yes,
damn. All right, bet. I'm not gonna waffle. Damn, I'm gonna say Josh Allen.
One name. All right, you're going.
That would be cap then.
No,
yes.
Lamar.
Okay. Hey, we'll cap then.
All right, gang. Let's go to the next award. Offensive Player of the Year. A lot of candidates. I mean, the running backs have come back into, I guess, the fore with these awards. I mean, you saw what Jamar Chase did last night. I mean, they got a losing record, so I don't know if you can really go that route. You certainly could if he continues on this path. But I'm going to say right now, for the first half of the season, I get Saquon Barkley all the way around for me. And, so Hensley, fact or cap?
You picked the person, but I say this, man. I say cap is Saquon Barkley. I would have to say I had to give it to even though I don't like him. He gets on my nerves. It had to be Jamar Chase. The game I seen last night, I was like,
it's got to be for the full 8 or 9 games, but okay.
I say Jamar Chase when it's
I agree with you. He's damn good, but I just think what Saquon's done for that team kind of kept them in it and kind of afloat
That's the only award they would get.
Stuff out, but yeah, I'm sticking with Saquon. All right, Nick, what do you got? Offensive Player of the Year.
Yep, I'm with you. Fact.
Coach.
Kyler Murray.
All right, a new player is entering the fray. Let's go, Kyler.
Kyler Murray.
Anything you want to add, or just
don't encourage him.
You know why I say Kyler Murray? Because nobody gave us a chance at all. We 5-4, and we are number one in the AFC NFC West.
All team a chance, sir.
All right. Okay. Let's go here. This one's very difficult right now. I don't know why, but it's certainly seemed that way to me. Defensive Player of the Year. I mentioned earlier, Trey Hendrickson leads the league in sacks, and he might be in the same position as Jamar Chase. Is that you just look at the team's record and you say, well, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. You got a guy at Green Bay, Xavier McKinney. I think he's got an interception in every game that he's played this year and has really made a difference in their defense. But to me, still the most dominant player, and maybe this is the wrong way to look at it. To me, it's still TJ Watt. Okay, so I got TJ Watt as my DPOY. Hensley, fact or cap?
I would say cap. I say it's only one man. There's only one man in defense in the NFL name that gets through triple coverage, triple coverage, doesn't matter. He wrecks the game, and that is Chris Jones. So I would say Chris Jones for decent. I would choose defensive player of the year.
I think Hense just made up a new word, quadruple.
Quadruple.
I'm not exactly sure what that means, but
it's the big
sounds
quadruple.
Really good.
It's the big quadruple.
He found it on X somewhere. It's all good.
The big quadruple.
All right, Nick, who you got?
I'm gonna go cap. I'm gonna go Chris Jones. I think this is the year that Chris Jones gets it, because I think it's just they're gonna look at the last 3-4 years of his career and how dominant he's become. Watts. I think Watts already has a Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken.
He does, yeah.
And he'll get another one, but I think this is the year of Chris Jones.
All right, Coach.
Chris Jones all day, Cap. I got Chris Jones.
Yeah. Wow, everybody went with CJ. All right,
yeah.
Very good. All right, next one, Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think you can just put the ballots in now. It's Jaden Daniels all the way. Yeah.
Well, that's hard.
I think Hense has him as MVP of the league, so I'm sure we know where he's
put
going.
Our hands up on this one.
I say fact. I agree with you there. If this kid is playing ball, a lot of people didn't see this coming from him. So I would say fact. I agree with you there.
I'm going to say fact. I'm going to say fact.
Unanimous. Coach,
I'm going to take it a step further. He is the best pure rookie quarterback I have seen start for an NFL team since Dan Marino with the Dolphins. And what did he do?
I'm at to go.
He led his team to the Super Bowl.
I go Brock Bowers, man, over there. Brock Bowers over there, setting the tone over there. And,
he'll get a couple of votes, but not many.
I was hard pressed to find somebody that was even close at this point. Do you guys have any other candidates? I mean, outside of Brock Bowers? I mean, I don't.
Martin Harrison, if they can get him on track. So
no, I'm saying right now, as the first 8 or 9 games,
there's nobody. That's the only guy.
Right, Jaden Daniels, ain't nobody else.
I think
I think it might be equally as dominant as Defensive Rookie of the Year, and I've been talking about him for the last month. Is Jared Verse for the Los Angeles Rams?
Yeah,
this guy looks like a seasoned veteran. Just the size of him, the way he plays, the way he carries himself. Jared Verse all the way, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Hensley, fact or cap?
I'll say fact. I've been watching the Rams game, and this kid is causing havoc. So yes, I'll say fact.
I'm with you
Nick.
too. I mean, I've been so impressed with him. The way he's just been a beast on the field. He's special. The Rams have really drafted well.
Yeah,
since
absolutely
they traded all their picks.
Defensively, that whole defense is like a bunch of young players.
I'm with Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell from the Eagles.
Not bad, Coach. That's a good one. He's
Quinyon Mitchell been locking people up, boy. People ain't paying attention to my boy, Quinyon Mitchell.
All right, so we've got a race there. We'll see what happens in the second half of the year. And then I guess, and this one to me seems like a runaway Coach of the Year. I got to go with Dan Quinn. I got to go with Dan Quinn. Factor cap, Hence.
I would say Cap because it's Andy Reid.
Yeah.
He's doing this. He's doing this with no receivers, messed up left tackle.
Easy.
And he's going back to like doing this on a back to back, and the target and the bullseye is on your back, and he's still winning. So I had to say Andy Reid. So that would be a Cap. All
right, very good.
Yeah, man, I'm with Hense on this one. He's only won one, and that was back in Philadelphia. He's won three out of the last 5-6 Super Bowls, and he's just not getting a lot of love. They all go with these 1-year wonder guys.
There's like a lot of ageism in this one.
It's
got to be like
the
young guy, fresh. Now Dan Quinn's, this is his second go round, but the fact that this is such a surprise that they're at 7-2, that always factors into it. So I mean, Coach Reid could probably win it.
I think again, this is kind of be like that Chris Jones things. I think Andy Reid's going to win.
Yeah, I got to go with Dan Campbell. I go with Dan Campbell, man.
MCDC, that was my runner up, and I think the only reason he doesn't get it is because the team is just so good, which. Doesn't make any sense that why he wouldn't get it for that. It seems like Ben Johnson is the superstar coach on that. And again, that's all perception, but I like MCDC a lot. So
Yep.
Maybe. And actually my third one, Coach Jonathan Gannon. Gotta give it up, man.
Jonathan Gannon. Listen, I told you I'm quiet, but 5-4. We get it done now.
He's got to be up there.
He's up there. Trust me, he was up there.
Mm-hmm.
I got him. I had him in the playoffs, sir. You ain't got him.
All right. That is going to do it for us for Factor Cap this week. Thanks for playing along in the chat there. The Midway Awards Factor Cap version brought to you by Eric Haynes and the Eric Haynes.
Speaking of Eric Haynes. Speaking of Eric Haynes, let's get right into the sponsor.
All right, let's talk about our sponsors again.
He gets more FaceTime than any of us. This is
awesome. You know what? He helps pay the bills around here, so we appreciate that. Hey, again, and we talked about Eric Haynes. He was our first sponsor. He was with us from day one. He called me up and says, "Hey, can you help? How can I help?" And hey, we'd love for you to be a sponsor. And here he is. Eric's a personal friend. He's a huge Chiefs fan. I know he sells a lot of houses in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area because he's one of the best realtors that you're going to find from start to finish. He'll help you buy or sell your dream house. He'll make sure that every detail is done until you get the best deal possible. You want someone like that fighting for you on your team that's going to make sure that you have the best experience in buying or selling a house. So give him a call today. This is his cell, 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
That's correct. Another proud sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. Hey, open enrollment has started. It began on November 1st. It will last until December 15th. So what does that mean? That means this is the time, this is the season to buy and to get a good health care plan for you, your family, your small business, whatever the situation might be. She will evaluate it, whether you've got an ACA plan or you're looking for a new ACA plan, or you're looking for a private option with a larger reach, a nationwide PPO, and better rates. Give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
That's right.
Emily.
I do. We love the extra plug there. We appreciate you, Emily, very much. And we also appreciate our new sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Get the best deals on new and used electronics at Resell Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. The holiday season is coming up. And if you have any needs when it comes to electronics, whether you're trying to maybe buy something new or to sell something you might have that you've had for a long time, give them a call at 816-886-7285. Or you can check out their showrooms. They've got one at Nolan Road in Independence, the other one down on 40 Highway. They are the best solution for all of your electronic needs. Check out their website for all the deals and the sales, and make sure you tell them that Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports have sent them over to you, and you'll get a 10% discount. So check out their website at resell with a C electronics.com.
Resell.
Sale and go get that Apple. You know, a lot of
Go
kids
get that new iPhone, man.
Get that Apple, baby.
get a 10%.
Get her done.
If you mention like Nick said. So
There you
hey,
go.
let's get right
Nutritious as well.
I got a new thing that I got doing with the Cube. I wrote this last night on my spare time. So it's the new intro for the Cube. And this is the Cube's trash list. Then we're going to go to the trash list. Then we're going to go to the Cube's top 6. So with that said, let's roll it.
Yo, the Cube's filled with chaos. Papers going AWOL. Emails stacking higher than the alcohol. Coffee stains like battle scores on a night shield. Working out of 5 feels like life's concealed. Boss man's yelling headlines like a stealth drone. Sticky notes, plastic mind.
Yep, this is the Cube trash list, guys. If your team is on there, know what it is.
Ain't no escape from this Cube trash list. Stuck in the grind.
Oh my goodness.
Look at Hensley taking out the trash.
Dang.
So what you got to say about the list, guys? Do you agree with the teams that's on the list? Are some of these teams surprised that made it?
I agree with the jam. I agree with the whole vibe. I'm not sure about the teams, but let's dig in. Let's see what we got.
Let's dig in that trash.
Dig in the trash. As you can see, Patrick Mahomes knocked somebody into the trash, but it happens. But as the Bengals right now, do y'all agree the Bengals on their way to that trash pile over there with the Raiders, the Cowboys, the Tennessee Titans, the Jets? It's some teams that we seen out here that we surprised. I didn't know the New Orleans Saints was going to be there this early in this year when they first got hot. And now they're in that trash pile. What you got to say?
They had 2 good games, right? Or 2 games where they scored a ton of points, and then it was just all downhill from there. You got a pretty good cross section there. The real stinkers in the league. I don't know if Cincinnati's quite there yet.
Right.
Let's let them kind of maybe sit in the garage trash bin for a bit before we put them on the curb. But these teams here are pretty bad. I think the Patriots. The Patriots are in there.
They're
okay.
in there.
Yeah. So I think you got all the right characters.
Deshaun Watson, no knock on him as he sits at the top of the trash pile because he got the big contract.
Look like he's on the bottom.
I'm talking about right there. You don't see him right there on the top of the trash can.
Is he up there? That's him.
Yeah, he's on his way. He's on his way to the
You gotta
pile.
zoom in here. Okay, I do see it now. All right, I got you. All right, yeah.
So he's up there, guys. Hey, a lot of people, they don't believe that the Bengals aren't going to be in the trash. But as you can see me, I'm carrying them to the trash.
I bet you are. I
believe what I saw last night.
I bet you are.
I believe what I saw last night. I believe they on their way to that trash pile.
Yeah.
That trash pile right there at Power Light. That is Power Light District right there in the background, if you don't know. But
this is Hense. Like if it really doesn't smell that bad and it's only like half of a can full, that's what the Bengals are right now. You just
That's a good point, Lou.
You let it sit in the garage till you fill the can up. So maybe after a couple more games, we fill that can up and then wheel them to the curb.
Yeah.
So Nick, what team in this trash pile that you surprised that end up in a trash pile when the year before the year started?
That's a good question. I thought I think there's 3 teams on there that I thought would be better this year. One, the Dolphins. Just because of all the offensive firepower, had Tua stayed healthy, the record would be different. I'm not a Trevor Lawrence guy, so Jacksonville is not a huge surprise, but they spent a ton of money. They and the Titans just spent a ton of money in the offseason. None of it's work. I'm not surprised the Cowboys are there. I am surprised the Jets aren't there, to be honest with you. I really thought that they learned some lessons last year. I thought Robert Saleh was good enough that, defensively especially, that they would win a lot of ugly games. But Aaron Rodgers has looked terrible, in my opinion. I'm surprised by that. But it kind of just – he's playing like Montana did the last year in Kansas City. I just don't think he has enough left to make an impact. So those are the teams that have surprised me. Everybody else, no shock. As far as the Bengals goes, I mean, let's be honest. They got one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. They have one of the best offenses in the NFL. But, they don't have the money to build a true team, and they don't spend their money wisely, and they don't know how to manage their roster well enough to be consistent. And this is not the first year they've kind of gone into the tank. This is like the third year in the last 5 that they've had problems, and they're going to probably finish under 500 or close to it. And that tells me that the ownership and the general manager and the head coach, and listen, I love Zach Taylor. I think he's a great head coach. I think that, they're probably going to let him go this year would be my guess. If the rumors about Nagy are correct that he's going to get another chance in the NFL, I would love to see him be the Chiefs offensive coordinator, and he can get a Super Bowl ring and then get another job next year. But to me, nothing else really surprises me. But, this has just been a crazy year in the NFL. I mean, I didn't even think the Chiefs would be undefeated at this point, and they are. So anything can happen. But yeah, I don't disagree with any of the members in your trash can.
Anybody else got anything?
All right, I think Jacksonville. I think Jacksonville. My bad. Jacksonville for me. Jacksonville, Miami, and the Jets. Those are 3 teams that surprised me. That's in the garbage right now because Jacksonville got a good offense. The defense is okay. Mm-hmm. The Jets with Aaron Rodgers, man. You seen promise there. Full strength Aaron Rodgers with his young team. You would think he would bring the aura to this team, a winning coach to this team. You don't see it. With the Miami Dolphins right now, with Tua dealing with Tua, the up and down thing with Tua, and it just they're not clicking as what we used to seeing from them. So those are my 3 teams right there.
Yeah, it just seems like the league is really top heavy right now. Yeah, some of those surprise, I would say, I would agree with Coach. I mean, Jacksonville, the Jets, and the Dolphins, and it seems like there's a lot of intangible things that are at play there because it seems like all 3 teams have good rosters. They just the game operation, how they play situational football, all this stuff, and kind of boring stuff that we tend to talk about with the Chiefs. But you got to do it. You got to be good at it, or if not, you lose games because the games are close. And there's a fine line between being in that trash heap and being on what's the cube.
Trash list.
What's the other? Who are the teams on top? What are they called?
The cube tops pick
there
6.
There you go. That's
what we're about to go into now, guys. This is the cube top pick 6 thing. Did the cube get them correct, or do you disagree with the order?
I can't really argue. I mean, maybe the Steelers, the Steelers and the Lions maybe swap out. But for me personally, listen, the Lions are the best team in the NFC. The Commanders are the best story. They've had a little bit of luck. The Chiefs are the best team in the AFC. The Falcons just kind of keep winning the things. They've beat the Bucs twice. They're going to win the division. And the Bills.
Was there a change there in the last few seconds?
Yeah, he swapped the 3 and the 4.
Okay, I got you. All right.
I think I saw it with my
I don't know. It's like I must have blinked. I missed it.
I give the Commanders the second spot only because why not? They haven't been number 2 or number 1 in anything in the last
a good reason. Sure.
20 years. So that's my reason. So listen, a Chiefs and a Commanders Super Bowl would be pretty fun to watch, I think.
I guess, yeah, maybe.
It wouldn't be. I think the Chiefs would just beat down the Commanders, man.
Well, I think because the hype going into
okay, the hype was. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Not the game itself.
I got you. So my thing is, I put Detroit 2. I'm not going wild at rookie sensation. I get that he's good. But I got Detroit at 2. I got Buffalo at 3, and I put the Commanders at 4. I put Pittsburgh at 5, and I'm like, I ain't put my team on there yet. So I got Atlanta at 6.
I was gonna put the Cardinals there at
wow.
At 6. I was. I thought about it. But I said,
Homer.
That division is still. Everybody's still close, so I said, you know what? I'll have to see more from them before they make the top.
All right, Hensley, here we go. Number one, I got the Chiefs. Number two, I would say Detroit, and I don't think it's close. I think those two teams actually are separate from the rest for sure. No matter which order you put them in, I would still, Baltimore is a little frenetic, but I'm still going to put them at number 3.
Right.
I would put Buffalo at 4. Washington, just because of the record, maybe I would have them at 5 right now, but that won't last much longer. And then Pittsburgh at 6, same thing. But in the next 2 or 3 weeks, you're going to see the Rams and the Niners come surging through this list. Mark my words. Those two, and actually Philadelphia as well. And you'll see some of these pretenders like Washington, Atlanta, and Pittsburgh kind of fall by the wayside. Not completely out of it, but out of the top 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Still there, but not top. Still there, but not top of the division.
Right. I mean, playoff teams, but not in the top 6.
I got you.
So Lou, while we on the list, do you have your top picks?
My goodness, I do. Again, I don't know if you really want them. I think we were 2 and 3 last week, so we're 20 and 23. Here we go. One of my favorite things to do is bet against the team that just lost to the Chiefs. So we got San Francisco -6.5 at Tampa. They're coming off a bye. Christian McCaffrey supposedly is ready to rock and roll. Yep. Let's go with the Niners there. Tampa's just kind of teetering. Obviously, that was an emotional game. And then you get beat, fly home. It's short week. It's not going to go good for Tampa. Second one, I kind of teetered on this one, but I settled in on Washington. I'm going to take Washington -2.5 against Pittsburgh. I'm still not sold on Russell Wilson there. Could be a big mistake on my part, but he's won 2 games in a row. They've looked really good. Tomlin's coming off a bye. He's normally good as a dog, but I still say Washington's got it rolling. Let's go with them. Minnesota, again, I don't like doing road favorites, but again, San Francisco and Minnesota just look really good right now. They're -6.5 at Jacksonville. Really good chance.
No Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence doesn't play. Even if he did, the line might be smaller, but I say Minnesota really takes them apart. And then 2 teams I can't quit. Arizona, I mean, this line opened Arizona as the favorite. The betting public has moved this now to a point where the Jets are 2-point favorites. Always fade the public. Arizona +2, let's go. And then also Monday night, I'm telling you, the Rams are one of the best teams in football. You'll find out they're getting 2 of their offensive linemen back. Puka is coming off of playing like, I don't know, a quarter and a half, whatever. Miami's got to be reeling right now, fly across the country, not really feeling that. So the Rams. So Niners, Commanders, Vikings, Cardinals, Rams. There you have it.
Do it.
That's it for week 10.
Put your parlay together. Put your 5-game parlay together.
All right, that's it.
All right, guys, that was the Cube Trash List. Hey, if your team on there, there's no offense for us. We just trying to get everything back together. But hey, that's the Cube List. That's something new that I'm adding in there. So with that said, brought to you by Resale Electronics.
All right, perfect. All right, let's get into our show topics of the day. The Chiefs will host the Denver Broncos on Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
a noon game. I think this is the first of 4 noon games for the Chiefs this year.
Really?
They're only 4. Yeah. They will host the Denver Broncos, who got spanked by the Ravens last week. And if you want to look at a difference on defense, just look at the way the Ravens played defense one week, and the next week they were trash. So nonetheless, it makes no difference. The Chiefs are going to be paying Sean Payton's Denver Broncos, led by Bo Nix. And it's a competition between the old man, the vet, Patrick Mahomes, and Bo Nix, who I said would be a terrible NFL quarterback. I thought the Broncos would be fighting for the number 1 overall pick, and I'm going to eat crow to my Bronco buddies and friends. I was wrong. I think the Broncos have been the most surprising team, certainly in the AFC West, certainly the most surprising team, I think, in the AFC, just because the way they started. And, yeah, they played a bunch of really not so good teams to inflate their record, and they ran into a buzzsaw with the Ravens. But Bo Nix doesn't look terrible. He looks pretty good. And Sean Payton seems to have found his quarterback of the future, or at least the quarterback he's going to rely on to maybe win another championship or a Super Bowl. That remains to be seen, but he's a lot better than I thought. And of course, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to head into this game with a sprained ankle. It's been heavily taped all week. We've seen this guy, win Super Bowls on a bad ankle and win championship games on a bad ankle. So I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not sure. It's going to be fun to watch these two guys go against each other for the first time.
Man, Patrick Mahomes got a thick ankle, guys. Because I don't know that same ankle.
Loose ankles, like Andy said.
Loose ankles, huh? Patrick. Now, honestly, I think the Chiefs gonna pull. I think Chiefs gonna pull this one out. Like QB versus rookie. Bo Nix has his up and downs, but he's like a scrappy quarterback right now. I mean, he's just finding ways to win. I'm kind of disappointed because him and Franklin, they're trying to get that connection going because they've been a couple of throws. They've been a little off. I'm waiting on that connection right there. But other than that, I'm going to go with Mahomes on this one, though.
Yeah. It's just going to be fun to watch.
It's going to be fun to watch, though. It's just Mahomes, like I said. But who knows? Who knows, man? Yeah, hey, he played him once. He might,
In terms of this game, I think it's going to come down to more so intangibles than anything else.
Right.
As far as on the Chiefs side, because again, you come off of this. I don't know how emotional it was for the Chiefs, but it was an overtime win at home. And then you got Buffalo next week. So it's, they're human beings. They can say one game at a time and everything, whatever. But that is kind of like the next big game on their schedule. And it's a road game. It's in Buffalo. They won there in the playoffs last year. They want to go back and show them that was not a fluke. We're going to come back and we're going to kick your ass again. So they would have to significantly contribute to Denver winning this game. In other words, turnovers, penalties, just mental errors, because they maybe, I don't want to say they're looking past them, but again, sometimes they do play down to their competition, and we've seen it before. And we've used the phrase, and others have used the phrase. We're not claiming it, but they tend to, like a cat playing with their food. It's like, let's get it over with. Kill it already. Let's do this. So, it'll be interesting to see how the rookie handles Arrowhead for the first time. I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of a shocker. I'm sure it is for everybody.
Well, he played in some hostile environments in college too.
Absolutely. Now, he played at one of the loudest places, but he was on the home team, Autzen Stadium at Oregon. But he played in the SEC. I'm sure he played at Alabama, LSU, places like that. So I don't think that's going to be the big thing. But again, it is in the pros. It is just a little different. So that'll be the thing to see. Does he kind of come out firing right away, or does he kind of have to get himself kind of settled, and the Chiefs could take advantage of a few maybe miscues or turnovers early in the game.
Right.
I feel like him coming into Arrowhead, this is gonna be the first noon game in a long time. The Chiefs fans are gonna be on top of them all game. They can know they're gonna have the rest of the Sunday to watch everybody else just go to pieces. But hey, if I had to choose between the vet and the rookie, I had to go with Patrick Mahomes. I don't care if he got 50 legs.
You go with Patrick Mahomes anyway.
He go out there to win all.
There's no choice. You could fill in the blank here. It doesn't matter. It's always going to be 15, but we can still talk about what we expect from him and how it's going to go.
So what y'all think about Patrick Surtain? You think he's going to be a problem come this Sunday?
Ooh, that'd be a good matchup there, man. Surtain on because the Chiefs' offense is so unpredictable, so you might not even see the matchup I want to see with Surtain versus D-Hop. So
it'll be interesting to see if he travels with D-Hop or really anybody. But who's he going to travel with if it's not D-Hop?
That's what I'm saying.
I would imagine that's where he would be. But by the same token, now you've got, I think your guy Riley Moss. He's a rookie from Iowa, so we'll see a little rookie on rookie with Worthy and him going back and forth. But Surtain, I mean, if he's not the best corner in the league, he's right there at the top, 1 or 2. I don't know. And I have no idea who the other guy is right now. He's playing as well as he's played in his entire career. So it'll be a problem, but I don't think it's going to impact the game to the point where the Chiefs aren't going to be able to move the ball. I mean, they might even be able to take advantage of him and stuff, because if he gets locked up on somebody, they can, run a lot of underneath stuff and just beat him to death.
That's all that is. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I think that he's, he's the best cornerback in the NFL right now from size, speed.
It's not Marshawn Lattimore.
No, it's not. I never said Marshawn Lattimore.
It's not J.C. Horn.
No, stop it. Stop it. Shame on you.
I'm just busting your. Come on, it's not just you, Nick. It's everybody else too.
I know. No, I mean, listen. I think he'll be shadowing Hopkins, because I think Sean Payton's smart enough to know. Okay, pick your poison, him or Kelsey, and they're probably going to pick Hopkins. You just look at the game he had last week. We've dissected the catch with 3 people around him, and just in the 2 touchdowns, what he brings to this offense. So Surtain will probably shadow him. That's going to give an opportunity, to Worthy potentially, and open up things for Kelsey and Gray. But here's the one thing I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to do as much. I don't think they're going to be able to play as much smash mouth football in this game. I think they're going to have to do some screens. I think they're going to have to get away from the Broncos front 4. They're really good. I mean, this team is talented defensively. It's one of the better, even though they didn't show it last week because the Ravens were on and Henry was running like crazy.
Well, Lamar lit these guys up.
He did
last week. So.
He did, because they were so focused on stopping the run and to try to keep him in the pocket. With Mahomes, with playing the Chiefs, if the Chiefs are willing to take 4 or 5 yards a run, then eventually they'll wear them down, kind of like what you saw last week, against the Bucs on Monday night. So, listen, I think Surtain is going to shadow Hopkins, and I think that's going to be great to watch.
Absolutely, and I wouldn't be so quick to just hand it over to Patrick on that. I'd patch Surtain on that. Right?
Yeah.
I think D-Hop will have a lot to say about how that goes. Right?
Well, yeah, I'm just talking about watching the contest.
I understand. Yeah,
not the results. I think
I got you. Yeah, but I guess I just want to make the point that
the Hopkins demise is not happening.
We're not saying that Surtain's just going to take him out.
It's gonna be something to watch, guys, because I do like Surtain and I'm a big fan of D-Hop, but again, it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be one of them battles. So so the ball, to me, I feel like the ball is still gonna go elsewhere, because I feel like they're not gonna force the issue with Surtain and D-Hop. They're gonna throw the ball elsewhere, get everybody else going. So it's not gonna be about this matchup, it's gonna be about this the whole game.
I agree.
Yeah.
What's your keys for victory?
Stay healthy.
I'll go first. I think the biggest key for the victory is the Chiefs don't play down to their opponents. We've already seen that this year. Every team comes in against the Chiefs and they almost have played their best football, and I can think of any game maybe outside of the Raiders game. They've come in with an attitude of we're going to take out the champs, and the Broncos are going to have that attitude, because Sean Payton just doesn't like the team. He doesn't like the Chiefs. He doesn't believe in, giving respect for any team that's in the division, and that's just his shtick, and that's fine. But I think for me, don't play down to him. Let's see. I think Ken said it. Let's have Wentz get in the game in the fourth quarter and run the thing. But I think for me, introduce Bo Nix to the Arrowhead crowd and to the Arrowhead way. Get him off his game. Watch out for the bootlegs. He's very good at running the ball. He's very good at throwing the ball, which I think he's better at running and throwing combined than he is as a straight drop back passer, though he's looked pretty good doing that too. But just don't play down to the Broncos level offensively or defensively. Just go out there and treat this like, this is the best team in the AFC and they're in your way to get to a Super Bowl. And I think the Chiefs have to have that mentality, because they play the Bills a week from Sunday, and there's no question they're peaking. They circle the Bills game on their calendar every single time, and you can't look ahead, because the Broncos can win this game if the Chiefs don't just take care of business.
I'm gonna say, for me, the keys to victory for Kansas City for the Chiefs is just to do what y'all been doing, run the ball, play team ball, just run the ball, play a balanced game, and like I said, because the ball gonna be spread around, just to continue to spread the ball around, look for the open guy, and then another part of this is Patrick Mahomes got to start making bonehead plays, man, like costly plays, man. You know what I'm saying? So other than that, defense can control the run, control the run. So stop
no
the
tip
run,
passes.
stop them, yeah.
That
because like
that was kind of passive aggressive.
Yeah, that was very
coach.
passive aggressive.
Stop making boneheaded plays.
Yeah, he
What doesn't make boneheaded plays
against Tampa Bay? He did. You see them two drop interception Warfield had, man. That was on Mahomes, man.
Okay, you're talking about tip passes.
It don't matter, man. Mahomes been playing up. He playing up.
No. If a ball's deflected, it's anybody's game. That's not necessarily.
Mahomes been playing lights out, guys. Come on, let's admit it.
Mute this guy. Come on.
I think he played up to where we expect him to play that game last Monday night.
Yeah, he should have dominated that game.
You snap your ankle and you tell me how well you're going to play.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda. There ain't no. Okay, so I'll go back to what
everybody on the panel kind of salty. I said something about Mahomes. It is what it is. You know,
you can say what you want, but you don't make shit up. I mean, that's ridiculous. So I'll go back to what I said before. It's going to be primarily intangibles because the Chiefs have the much better team. It's all going to be about mindset. Mm-hmm. They haven't done anything to show us that the mindset is nothing but we are locked in. Now they do tend to lose some urgency during games. Mm-hmm. They come out, it looks like they're ready to rock and roll, but maybe the urgency isn't quite there. So got to stay urgent. Keep Nix in the pocket. Force him to beat you from the pocket, right? Mm-hmm. And you can say this about any mobile quarterback, but again, it's just that simple. Ball security. I said the Chiefs would have to contribute greatly to losing this game, and it would be primarily turnovers. And for God's sake, remember that 50 Shades is on this team. Let's throw him the ball. Let's throw him the ball like 5 or 6 times. Come on now.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I say this, man. The keys to victory is don't forget what you have on the outside, right? You got D-Hop. He's been playing well. Mm-hmm. So feed Travis Kelce the ball, and don't forget about Kareem Hunt. Also on defense, man. The besides McDuffie, the other corners, Joshua Williams, Najee Johnson, all these guys got to step up to the plate. If you don't step up to the plate and you sit here and let these receivers just beat you on these go routes and blown coverages and all that, the Chiefs will be 8-1.
Yeah.
So other than that, man, I say, hey, play defense, play your style of defense. Blitz, put the blitz on this rookie quarterback. Disguise some with defenses out there, and put the scoreboard on. Like I said, the victory is our score prediction.
Give D-Hop the ball in the red zone. Give D-Hop the ball in the red zone. That's it. All right, Lou. That's the only time home plays at his best when he gives the ball to D-Hop.
They did it twice Monday night. I think you watched. So they're
I don't give them. He triple covered. Throw the ball to D-Hop.
They're on the right path.
Throw the ball to D-Hop.
I think they got that one figured out. I think you're good. Right. I think you're the good coach.
You're right.
All right. But that's the score predictions. Nick got 34-21. Trey 24-21. Me 38 to 13. Lou 27-13. Mango 27-17. The Chiefs keys to victory. Put it in the chat, guys, with y'all key to victory. Because hey, I'm looking for the Chiefs to be 9-0 and going on to Buffalo and taking out the Buffalo Bills to be 10-0 as well. So with that said, guys,
all of a sudden that's an interesting game. Before we get to it, Buffalo playing at Indianapolis.
Yeah, but there's star receivers out. The
Pittman's not playing, but it's not like he's getting a bunch of targets. It seems like mostly it's been Downs and Pierce. And I'd like to see AD Mitchell play a little bit more. So let's see, maybe without
he'll get a lot of snaps in this
without
game.
Pittman in there. But that's an interesting spot for the Bills being on the road this week before. So a lot of the things that I'm saying that the Chiefs, from an intangible standpoint, same thing goes for the Bills because they could certainly slip that one up for sure.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it. They definitely could. It's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a great weekend. Chiefs at Arrowhead Sunday, a noon game, which is going to be nice that we kind of have the rest of the day to just kind of relax. And I could get my articles done a little earlier which makes it nice as well. A little family time. But hey, as Ken St. Clair said, what matters tonight is Rock Chalk Jayhawk, baby.
Yeah,
the Kansas Jayhawks host the North Carolina Tar Heels in a repeat of the 2022 National Championship game. I am a diehard Jayhawk fan. There's nothing I love better than Kansas playing North Carolina, and I cannot wait for this game tonight.
Is that at the Fog?
It is at the Fog. It's a 2-year series. The first one's at the Fog, and the next year will be in North Carolina at the Dean Dome. So listen. I think it's great. These are two of the best blue bloods in college basketball history. The history between these two teams or these two schools is impressive. It goes all the way back to the prior Wilt Chamberlain days, and I'm just ecstatic. I can't wait to watch this game, and I just love it when college basketball has good games at the beginning of the year, so they can kind of test to see who they are. And I don't know if the Jacks are going to win tonight. I don't really know that much about the Tar Heels, but just the fact that KU's playing North Carolina, can't wait. And of course, as Ken said, fellow Jayhawk, KU has beaten them 4 times in a row, and I think that's correct.
So let's get into our sponsors before we close.
All right, one more time. Let's first talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Real Estate Group. If you're looking for somebody who can help you buy or sell a house in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785, or you can email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor of Fact or Cap.
That's correct. Another great sponsor is my incredible wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for a flexible health coverage plan, open enrollment has begun. It will stay that way till December 15th. So this is the premier time to choose a new healthcare plan for you, your family, or your small business. Now, whether you're looking for an ACA plan or a private plan, she can walk you through the entire process, compare plans, and pick out the best one with you to decide what's best for you and or your family. So call her today at 913-215-9086.
Emily.
Nick, love.
I do. We also love our new sponsor, Resell Electronics.
Emily.
Get the best deals on new and used electronics at Resell Electronics. TVs, laptops, Apple Watches, cameras, cell phones, plus so much more. And if you're into gaming, we carry new gen as well as vintage consoles. Resell Electronics in Independence.
That's right. If you're looking for a holiday gift, Christmas is coming up, 6 weeks from now, 7 weeks from now? I'm not sure what it is. But anyway, it's a great time to get your electronics covered for you and the family. Anything you want, buy or sell electronics, Resell will take care of you. They got 2 great locations to walk into, one on Nolan Road in Independence and down on 40 Highway as well. If not, check out their website at resellwithacelectronics.com for all of your electronic needs.
Resell.
Again, go get your disc.
They got iPhones, they got iMac, they got everything.
Get your 10% discount if you mention Chiefs Blitz and Bowtie Sports or Prime Time.
Ooh, I'm going to throw this out there. The last time Buffalo quarterback won in Indy was with Doug Flutie. I like that.
Facebook user. Could you?
I don't know who the Facebook user is.
Could you be any more vague,
sir?
Or
throw a name out.
How about there was another new one? Is it Kansas City Easy 3-peat? That looked like one that wasn't very familiar to me. There you go. KC Chiefs Easy 3-peat.
Yeah, we're having a few problems with our social media links today. I'm not really sure what's going on, but I know Twitter changed a lot of things today. So we'll see if we can get that correct.
Yeah, the eyeball looks small.
So with that said, guys, we'll see you guys Monday at 1:30.
1:30.
Hoping to get Chiefs 9-0 victory.
We'll see what happens.
You
guys have a great weekend. Rock Chalk Jayhawk. Go Chiefs.
All right. Well,
peace. Let's go Chiefs.